And just announced within the last hour, the NCAA tournament will not happen this year.
Sports Director Aaron Cheslock with us. Now, I will tell you, the sports world's been busy in the last 24 hours, but it's going to be crazy over the next few weeks because there is no sports. There are no sports.
It seems like it's dwindling every minute, to be honest with you. The NCAA announcing that all remaining winter and spring championships have been canceled. So no NCAA men's or women's tournaments. It also means there's no College World Series in Omaha this year. Simply put, this is unprecedented. The NCAA releasing this statement saying in part, quote, "This decision is based on the evolving COVID-19 public health threat, our ability to ensure the events do not contribute to the spread of the pandemic, and the impracticality of hosting such events at any time during this academic year, given ongoing decisions by other entities." Earlier today, the ACC waited until just minutes before tip-off of the Clemson-Florida State basketball game. They decided to go ahead and cancel the ACC tournament in Greensboro. Since then, the ACC has gone on to suspend all spring sports until further notice. ACC Commissioner John Swafford says this is uncharted territory, and they simply had to take unprecedented action for the safety of their student athletes.
A recent discussion of about 15 minutes ago with our presidents and athletics directors again, the league has made a decision to end this year's Atlantic Coast Conference men's basketball tournament as of today.
Just minutes in proximity to that announcement, the SEC, the basketball tournament in Nashville, suffering a similar fate, canceled before the games tipped off today. Their spring sports season also suspended until March 30th, so spring practice for football stops. SC baseball, no games for the foreseeable future. Greg Sankey, the SEC commissioner, said they did not come to this decision lightly.
I've not had a situation as difficult and emotional as this one. To make a recommendation to our presidents and chancellors that we cancel the remainder of our men's basketball tournament was a moment where I had to stop and actually catch myself and recompose myself.
Sankey says that March 30th date, not a hard target date until March 30th. What happens on March 31st and moving forward will be determined by the coming days. Again, that NCAA announcement coming out after that quote. So I'm not sure what that means for SEC sports moving forward. At the professional level, certainly taking precedent as well. The NBA suspending its season late last night after Rudy Gobert, the player on the Utah Jazz, tested positive for the coronavirus. The video you see here, the game between Utah and Oklahoma City, canceled, fans to go home before tip-off. Again, the season has subsequently been suspended. NASCAR says 2 future races will be held without fans. Officials releasing this statement saying in part, quote, "These events will be restricted to competitors, crews, officials, and other necessary personnel to conduct the race." NASCAR says they're working with public health officials to figure out how to move forward with other future races. NASCAR is in Atlanta this weekend. We'll give you a quick recap of everything else that we didn't just cover there. The MLB is delaying 2020's opening day by at least 2 weeks. Spring training has officially been canceled. In the NFL, multiple teams, including the Falcons, are now closing down their offices. Other teams now barring travel. There's no word as to what happens on the NFL draft. That's in late April in Las Vegas this year. The PGA Tour banning fans from the 2020 Players Championship and all futures events through the Texas Open. That's in early April. The Masters in Augusta immediately follows that. So Augusta National has a decision on their hands. The NHL, MLS stopping play as well. Every major sports league seems to be taking action. As Cody just mentioned, there might not be sports for a long time moving forward. Should also note that the South Carolina High School League is having a teleconference that I believe is just wrapping out now. We'll see what happens with high school sports in the upstate in the coming weeks. Should have an announcement of that either later tonight or early tomorrow.
And all these players